Just a year or two ago, cloud gaming sucked. But now it's suddenly the Netflix of gaming. And if I had a penny for every time someone called it the future, I'd have about a handful of pennies. But you get the point. What has changed in the cloud gaming landscape? And could it actually be worth it? Before we get into it, please, please, please hit that subscribe button. I am so close to 2K subscribers. Thank you. Okay, so what is cloud gaming? In simple terms, it's game streaming. Just like you'd stream a movie, you can now stream video games. And that's where all the Netflix analogies come from. Game streaming means that you don't need to spend time and money on expensive hardware. All the heavy lifting is done by cloud gaming services. You handle the controls, but the game runs on remote servers in data centers, which send the visuals right back to your screen. This way, cloud gaming makes gaming more accessible. You can even use low-spec PCs or even tablets and phones to play some powerful games, and you can easily switch between devices too. Just like Netflix or Spotify, cloud gaming works as a subscription service. That means you get access to a vast library and the newest releases. And if you play a lot, it's gonna turn out more cost effective, because you won't have to buy every single game separately. In most cases. There are no downloads, no installations, and no updates. You only need an internet connection. Sweet! But that's the thing. You are dependent on your internet connection. Got slow Wi-Fi? You are screwed. If your internet is unstable, you are double screwed. If you have low bandwidth limits, you are triple screwed. Yeah, alright, you get it. Good internet connection is key. While cloud gaming has come a long way since the days of frozen screens or inaccessible games, performance limitations are still a problem. That's because a click on your controller or keyboard first has to send a signal all the way to the data center and then all the way back to your screen. It causes a small delay. In other words, lag. Okay. Technically, internet speed requirements are pretty low, so it's not that bad, especially if you're playing like story-based games or something. But for competitive shooters or anything that requires millisecond precision, make sure you have an impeccable internet connection. And there are more downsides. For one, just like you don't own movies on Netflix, you won't own any of the games you're playing. Imagine you're grinding away at a game for months and then one day just poof, gone. Sure, the same thing applies to any digital purchase, Steam, PlayStation, Xbox. No digital game is actually owned by you. So if you're one of those people who love a fresh physical copy, you're better off getting your own hardware. Another concern is data privacy. Assuming millions of users start using cloud gaming services in the upcoming years, it's a data treasure trove. The games they choose, how long they play, what they like and don't like, all of that data is power, which equals money. Guess what? All the major tech companies want both. That's why everybody is getting into the cloud gaming business. Even Google couldn't pass up on such an opportunity. There was a service called Google Stadia. Was because it was shut down back in January of 2023. I mean, who didn't see it coming? The game selection was super limited. The pricing was confusing too, since there was a mix of free-to-play model and subscription and individual game purchases, not to mention the latency in general and performance issues. It met the same fate as many that came before it. Does anyone remember OnLive? Or Phantom? Or Gaikai? On the other hand, these three were one of the first, albeit failed attempts at making cloud gaming possible. Meanwhile, Google Stadia emerged much later, but it faced fierce competition. While Stadia gained around 750,000 users, big names like PlayStation Network, Xbox Cloud, they already had counted millions of users each. And they're now dictating the rules of the cloud gaming business. So let's see what they're up to. Starting off with Xbox Cloud, formerly known as Project X Cloud. To use it, you need a Game Pass Unlimited subscription, which is about $17 a month right now. In my eyes, it's a great option for multi-platform gaming, but what's more impressive are the titles you get, from Fortnite to Assassin's Creed and many others. The game variety is seriously awesome. I've noticed some performance hiccups, but it highly depends on your device and internet connection. That said, if you already have a Game Pass, cloud gaming on Xbox, it's worth a shot. Then there's PlayStation Cloud Gaming. It costs just $1 more than Xbox Cloud, but I've noticed a couple more downsides to it. First off, it's very limited in compatibility. You can play on your PS4 or PS5 or on your PC, but then you have to get a dedicated app and a PS controller. It can get expensive. But if you've got all of that already, then it's worth a shot. The game library is impressive and you can stream PS exclusive titles and some all-time classics, things like Resident Evil. Oh, and by the way, they have OG God of War. I may have indulged in some nostalgia. Last but not least, we have Nvidia GeForce now, and this is a whole other beast. See, Nvidia Cloud Gaming allows you to play games you already own. To use it, you need to connect your game collection from places like Steam, Epic, or Ubisoft Connect, but not all games will work. It's up to the creators of each game to decide if they want it available, and they often say no. That said, you can find the full list of games to find if they interest you. There's over 1,800 of them at the moment. But here's the kicker. Nvidia actually makes free cloud gaming possible. The basic tier, absolutely free to play, though the quality is low and you're limited to 1 hour of gameplay per session. Alright, you can restart the free session as many times as you want, but it does get a tad bit annoying. For a paid plan, you can choose between priority and ultimate memberships. They differ in the quality of the game and streaming and session length. Just remember, as I've said before, cloud gaming isn't perfect. You are bound to face at least some performance issues and limitations. I can handle it. The accessibility of games while saving a ton of cash on new hardware is a major plus for me. Let me know what your thoughts on cloud gaming are in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe on your way there. Cheers.